Now let's welcome Dan Barios, candidate for Texas Congressional District 32.
Good afternoon, Democrats. Now, I know it's after lunch, but I think we can do a little better than that. Good afternoon, Democrats. There we are. I am Richardson City Councilman Dan Barios, and I have the great honor of being your nominee for Texas Congressional 32. Now, I know some of you have heard of Congressional 32. We go from Dallas County on the northwest side, east to Upshur and Kemp County, 8 counties, beautiful area of Texas. But you may have heard of 32 for various reasons. One, we got some national attention during this last, what they called redistricting, but we all know what it's called. It's gerrymandering. Absolutely. Now, this is one of the districts that Trump said, we want this for us. This is a blue district. It has been for a while. We currently served by Congresswoman Julie Johnson, previously Congressman Colin Allred. And Trump said, we want this one. So they redistricted, thinking that we would just turn over and give it away. But they have greatly underestimated the power of Texas. They have greatly underestimated the power of Texas Democrats. We are not going to just give this away. Now, Trump may have won this district with 58% of the vote, but when we look at the data, when we look at the facts, something that he seems to have a problem with, the fact is that this district, Biden won with he didn't win, but he got 45% of the vote. Colin Allred, when he ran for Senate in the same area, got about the same. He did 45% of the vote. Beto did really well with about the same. So we're about a 45% Dem district. But let me tell you something. It's 2026. And y'all, 45 is not that big of a jump. This is not wishful thinking. This is based on knowing who Texans are. Now, people ask me all the time, Dan, why would you want to run? Trump has a 36% approval rating. Now, is that good? No. We know that any of us who'd have that kind of approval rating would be fired. But Congress has a 10% approval rating. It's even worse. But we need more people in D.C. to get stuff done. We need more good Democrats in D.C. We need a stronger contingent from Texas. Texas has never been a place that backed down, and we're not about to start. I was born and raised down in Brownsville, Texas, right? Puro Valle. But I've been in North Texas for over 25 years now, and I've been there most of my life at this point. I was born at Brownsville Medical Center, only 1.2 miles from the Mexican border. And growing up in Brownsville taught me a lot of things. But one of the things, standing here before you, running for Congress, having had the last 4 years serving on the Richardson City Council and having the great honor of doing that, is nothing I ever would have planned. I'm a first-generation high school graduate, first one to go on to college, eventually got my master's in business. Thank you. But the reality, I was able to do that because I was born 1.2 miles east of that beautiful river. My life would have been very different. Why? Because I was able to see, I had people in my life, and I was able to see that there was more that I could accomplish. And North Texas has given me that opportunity to create an incredible life with my family. Now, Democrats, we spent the last couple days together, and there's still more activity happening this afternoon. And the great thing about conventions, and I've been to a few of these over the years, I think I've been a delegate the last 4 or 5 conventions. There's always disagreement. That's part of it. That's part of it. Next week, my wife and I celebrate our 19th anniversary. Now, I'll tell her congratulations. She's put up with me for 19 years. And occasionally there's disagreements. Those happen. They happen. And if they haven't happened in your own relationships, let me know what you're doing, because obviously I'm not doing something right. But I'm pretty sure we all have them. We have them as a party. We have them here on the floor. But when we leave here today, we cannot leave disagreeing. We need to find what we agree on, because if we leave here disagreeing, we are not winning in November. If we find what we agree on, we win. But when we leave here today, absolutely, when we leave here today, it's time to roll up our sleeves and it's time to get to work. We don't wait till November. We don't wait till October or the end of September. We go now. It is time. It is time to knock on doors. It is time to give what we can. It is time to write your postcards. It is time to make calls, to talk to your neighbors, because the conversation can't end that we're a Democrat and they're a Republican or they're an independent. If the conversation ends that we're a D, they're an R, we lose. With this redistricting, there are a lot less safer seats. The conversation needs to move beyond that. The conversation needs us to find our commonalities, because at the end of the day, we all want to be able to work and afford groceries. We all want to be able to afford a roof over our head. We want to be able to provide for our family, go to the doctor and receive medical care when we need it. We want to be able to have a hospital and a doctor to go to. Someday, we'd like to retire with dignity. And hopefully, for those of us who have families, maybe leave the earth a little bit better than when we arrive. And hopefully with a few less hurdles. So when you ask me, why do I run? I have an 18-year-old who will be empty nesters here in August when he moves away to college. But I have an 8-year-old. And I'm here before you today, not because there's anything in my genealogy or my family history. I'm the proud son of a cafeteria worker, of a single mother who worked 3 jobs, who cleaned houses on the weekend, worked at Walgreens in the evening, and served cafeteria meals to children during the day to make ends meet. And I was able to build my own version of the American dream because I had opportunities far beyond anything I could ever imagine. And if my son, if our kids, our grandkids are going to have that same opportunity, we need to do something now. We need to allow them the time to build their own version of the American dream. And right now, costs are prohibiting that. Job loss are prohibiting that. Removal of rights are prohibiting that. Y'all, it's up to us. I know this is said. It's stuff that's been said before. But now more than ever, we need to make it happen. And Democrats, we can do it. I said, Democrats, we can do it. But I can't do it alone. The others you've heard from earlier can't do it alone. The person you're going to hear from next can't do it alone. We need you. We need your neighbors. We need your familia. We need everybody out there doing it. And again, sí se puede. Sí se puede. Y'all, we can't do it alone. Time to roll up our sleeves and let's get to work. Y'all, let's go for a win in November. Have a great rest of the convention. Thank you.